Yep.
Yep. You're up.
We are up. Right?
Yep.
Is it working?
You are up.
I have it on this one.
Yep.
I was going to talk from here for a little bit. So what's fun is, you know, how we've been able to, you know, so this is the list. So what's fun is that first list done, right? We're on to page 2. We're getting ready for cocktail number 19, the 4 a.m. slot. So, you know, not that these are by any means bad cocktails or anything, but basically from 4 to, I think we'll say through till 8 a.m. I think that's going to be kind of a little bit quiet, but I think around 7:30 to 8, I think we're going to start seeing some of you folks back. And I get it. You want to sleep, whatever.
Crazy.
Sleep when you die, but, you know, whatever kind of theory you want to do. But we're still rolling. I knew this second page would be the tough one, you know, but then we really get going. We've got, we'll be back to full speed. Hey, Shelbs.
Yeah.
Did Nikki say she was going to come back for her mom's?
She sure is.
Oh, that's great.
She just needs to go and make sure that Randy gets up for work.
Oh, that makes sense. So we should see her in a few hours.
Yes, she will be back in a few hours.
So we're ready for 19. Are we ready for 19?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
You ready?
Let's go.
All right,
Let's
let's go. All right. All right. I don't know who's out there, but here we go. We're ready. Get rid of that. Let's get this up. I'll see if anybody makes comments. I just saw me move. There's a comment.
Wake up from Christina.
I love it. Yeah. I gotcha. Yep. May not look like it, but we're up. And it is her drink.
What?
Yeah. So no wonder she's up. So yeah. So this shirt is fitting. So first of all, Christina was here earlier, and what I should have on, but again, I want a cocktail for her. Is she actually gave us one of the very first T-shirts from somebody who watched this show. So I don't want to say we have fans, but we have people that enjoy it, and we have gotten some things back. And she was responsible for this design right there. That
Very nice.
does that show up all right?
I mean,
Sort of.
Let me look.
I'll look. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one light's in the way. Hold on. There. That's better. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Paula Masters Quarantine Cocktail Show. Great 50s retro kind of look to it. Love it. That was a mirror that we loved it so much. We had a mirror made out of it. And turn around. We have a T-shirt with it that she sent us. Fantastic. Side note, hold please. That's not all. You know, I try to keep my past to myself. People try to find things out about me, where I've lived, where I grew up. things I've done, places I've spoken, spaked. I'm just kidding. Told you the pronunciation. She goes
Sheldon
down.
just woke up.
But somehow she found out about my affiliation with the Sawyer Brown band and picked up this copy and wanted me to autograph it for her. A lot of people don't realize that the Sawyer Brown band, we had ties here. I'll show you the cover. You can see the ties here to Cincinnati, but then more so this picture of me from the 80s. Pretty good, huh? And then here's the right here. So yeah, so that happened. So anyway, did you? Not bad. I was a lot younger then. More of the porn mustache kind of thing going on back then. It was the rage. So anyway, that was another gift. Thank you for that one. Just really showing some fun stuff about us. So the cocktail, and I got lucky. As much as I say what I should have done is limited to stuff that I've made and put in a book, I left it wide open and said whatever you want. You can make up your drink. You can pick any cocktail. I'll find it. Whatever. And we've had some fun ones. Fuzzy Bear had been a hit, and then I got this one, and the shirt is fitting because I was like, seriously, because it's an interesting one. What I like in our cocktail collection is we have collected several odd liqueurs that really are for one-off drinks. So this cocktail that Christina sent is called the Roxy, and I said I can't find anything on it. Do you have any history? And she's like, no, it's a cocktail we had at the Roxy Hotel in New York, specifically in Tribeca. The Roxy Hotel, if you aren't aware, was built in 2000, so it's not like this some crazy old hotel, but it was a delicious martini that they had, her and a friend, and wanted to recreate it. So we are going to try to do it based on a recipe that's been provided. Tribeca, by the way, I know everybody in New York knows this, but Tribeca stands for the triangle below canal. So it's that area, Tribeca, that whatever, who cares? It's late. Is it late? Is it late anymore, or is it just early?
It's very early.
It's very early.
It's like early for it's the time we get up to go and catch a 6 a.m. flight.
Oh my God. So this really, we're okay now. So you're right. That's a great way to look at it. We've done this before. We just normally get a few hours sleep before we do it. So really at this point, this is just like a really crappy day going on a trip.
Bad travel day.
Bad travel day. Yeah, this will work.
But it's great because we're with these fine folk. So
We are with these fine folk. It is make it fantastic. Woo! I didn't mean the yawn. That was me. I apologize. So let's get into this. So this has a couple very interesting liqueurs that we had to track down. When I say we, I mean funny story. We made a huge list of everything we needed, and I broke down the list. I had it printed off. You saw it. It's right here. And on it, I'll show you this is just a little mini version. But on it were all the cocktails, and then I made a note, have it, circle, check, everything, walk through and all that. And we got there, and I was like, this doesn't seem right. Mind you, we were at the liquor store. We were done shopping. And what I realized is that for some reason, it printed off page 1, 2, and 4. but not page 3. And on page 3 lived this cocktail. And I take that back. It printed off page 1, 3, and 4. It skipped 2 because we were on page 2. So some of these odd liqueurs we did not know we didn't have until we got home and realized there was a page missing. So Shelby had to try and go get these odd little liqueurs. And one of which is this first one. It is a cherry. It is a American fruit cordial sour fruit cherry. American fruit sour fruit cordial. So what does that mean? It means it's cherry. No. So cordial is basically any sweet liqueur. And what's interesting about them is in medieval times, cordials were actually, you guessed it, made as medicine. And they were meant to be help people, whatever. But you can actually make your own cordials, I learned, which I'm glad we didn't. But you can, and they're actually pretty easy to make. So cordials, again, always basically with a sweet, or with a fruit, sweet liqueur. And how you make them is this. Basically, you just steep sugar with the fruit, with a liquor or spirit, typically vodka, and that's it. So how you would want to do this is like, say you're going to do your own sour cherry. You would take sour cherries. You could leave the pits in, whatever, but you would... Now, so I say you leave the pits in. The pits of the cherry actually have a very different flavor than the fruit itself. And actually, when you drink things like maraschino liqueur, which we're going to use later today.
There is no more tomorrow.
There's no more tomorrow. So, but when you use like a maraschino liqueur, it has they're a bitter flavor. So you would want to, when you do a cordial, I would suggest you would only use the fruit, the flesh part of it. But anyway, you take a mason jar. You already know it's good. I mean, anything that you're about to build and make in a mason jar, it's got to be good. So you fill it almost all the way to the top with your fruit. Then what you would do is cover it with vodka, put a lid on it, and let it sit for about 3 weeks. Then after that's done, you would strain it, just get it so it's clean, and then you put it back into the jar, the pure liquor, and then you would add sugar to it to sweeten it, put the lid back on it, and now you're going to let it sit for about 2 months. And you're going to let that sugar and that fermented and just let it steep, and that's it. Boom. Put it in a bottle, and you're done. I think, I really want to try that. Sounds good, right? Mm. No? Yeah. Not sold. So the other fun liqueur that we have in here is Ancho Reyes. And this is actually a chili liqueur. It doesn't actually feel cold. It feels more room temperature versus a chili. But it is a chili liqueur, which is exactly what you would think it is. It is, actually, this is coming from 1927. Now, honest to goodness, I didn't realize, but it is on the bottle, 1927. 1927. Pueblo, Mexico. And basically, they take ancho chilies, which are basically dried and smoked poblanos. And same thing, just what we talked about. They steep them in a spirit, and then take them out, add sugar, and they're done. And yeah, we're going to see what this drink can do. So let's build it. We're going in a glass. So first thing we need is El Dorado 5-year. So pretend that instead of a 3, it's a 5.
They did not have that.
Yeah, they did not. And I'd be curious. I mean, I have a couple recipes that say. Uh-oh.
What?
I got it.
I got it.
No, I got it. I need measuring utensils. It's all good. No one's going anywhere. When I say no one, I mean us. As I say that, literally everybody walked out of the room. I said nobody's going to go anywhere, and everybody just walked out of the room. It's just me and you folks, and when I say folks, I mean me. It's just me right now. All sorts of measuring tools. All right, so here we go. Back to the recipe. 2 ounces of Eldorado number 5. What you got? Just seeing how we're looking?
Mm-hmm.
How do we look?
Good. You're fine.
Yeah. Then we're going to come in with 3/4 ounce lime juice. More lime juice. A lot of.
I brought you limes.
So while we're doing that, we need some pineapple juice for this one. Now, pineapple juice is another one where, yeah, I've done it myself, but I don't know. These are just like the most beautiful little cocktail serving contraptions ever, and it's delicious. It's good. It's fresh. So I'm a big fan. So 1/2 ounce of pineapple juice. Then back to our 3/4 ounce of lime juice. If I had to guess, I betcha we can get that out of not one. Oh my gosh. It's so funny how something, there it is. 3/4 ounce. Then we're going to go 1/2 ounce of cinnamon syrup. Made fresh today. We made all of our syrups today.
Yesterday.
Huh?
Yesterday.
Huh. Like, no, it was today. No, it was literally yesterday. Again, syrups are so easy to make. This is just 1-to-1. 1 cup of sugar, 1 cup of water, thrown about 3-4 cinnamon sticks, little splash of vanilla, and then and there you go, 1/2 ounce. All right, then 1 teaspoon. This is what I love. 1 teaspoon of our sour cherry cordial. So 1 teaspoon. She's gonna kill me. I'll be back. Hold. Pause.
What do you think? What is it?
Spoon. I don't have that.
Didn't know about some
That's okay. That's all good. That's fine. I'm quite capable. We got it. We have our spoon. So for small measurements, like a teaspoon, which is basically a bar spoon, you've got to have. So we'll go there. And then our final part, a half, not a 1/2 ounce, 1/2 teaspoon of. I can tell you one of the things I will be doing is searching for some recipes with cherry cordial and
Ancho Reyes.
Ancho Reyes.
We're gonna find uses for that for sure.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure.
yeah, that just smells great. So 1/2 teaspoon. There it is. It smells. Did you want to?
I trust you. I'll smell it later.
Smells delicious. Fantastic. There it is. Then we're gonna ice it up. I like the mixing it, seeing it all kind of come together.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's bartenders that will do one in each hand and do it, and I just no, not it. Alan is ducking. Yeah, we're not there right here. So we've got our rum, lime juice, pineapple juice, cinnamon syrup, our sour cordial, and our Ancho Reyes. Smells fantastic. Then we're going to come in and strain that off. There it is, folks. We're going to garnish that with pineapple. What do you think? Like the sounds of that?
Mm-hmm.
Guessing that's why the pineapple's here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go with a chunk of pineapple.
Nice.
One thing we didn't have to search all over the city for was emergency. Emergency found not only in all your finer liquor stores, but in your local CVS, Walgreens, Walmarts, Target. Easy to find, easy to serve. Emergency. Making any cocktail better. Now, let's see how this is. Let's see how this Roxy rocks. Oh, yeah. So, what's amazing is that you can taste all those flavors. I mean, they're so minute. I mean, there's barely any cherry in there, but boom, you can taste it. The pepper, you can actually taste and feel. The juice just it mellows it all out. First of all, let's look at how pretty that is. Boom. Roxy. Give that a little swirl.
Oh, that's delicious.
Right?
Thanks, Christina.
Yeah. Alan?
I'm good.
I'm good. All right, we'll hold this one back here. I'm going to work on that one. That fantastic cocktail. So, yeah, Christina,
Great.
seriously, that's a good one.
And thank you for the homemade baked
Oh,
Greek treats.
yes.
I am not on
All right now.
But you might be. So, well, there we go. There's, uh-oh. Am I out?
camera.
It's just the way.
Oh, yeah, I'm up on this one. Yeah, TV's off. That's all good. So, yes, we will make you one tomorrow. Trust me, we have, Christina just, so one, kudos that you're up with us. I love that. I will. Absolutely, we will make you one tomorrow. I happen to have
Oh,
a little left over. I can make the entire neighborhood one tomorrow. And maybe we will. But
Or
that
today.
was worth it. Today, not tomorrow. Today. Yeah, no, not make you one tomorrow.
Today.
We're going to make you one tomorrow or today. It just came through. Got it. Yes, today. Today. So there it is, folks. 19. Oh, I need a book. Here we go. Dear. This book, Roxy, almost as much as you, Roxy. Cheers. That was a fun one. That was a pleasant surprise. Seriously. All right. Are we on to 20?
We're on to 20.
Wow. That is
Right on time.
Was that yours?
barely. It's fine. I'll keep that.
You have those liquors?
Yes. Should we save them for later? Good and good. I'll take this. I'll walk it out. All right. Let's get ready. Moving on to cocktail number 20.
This is next.
Yes. I don't understand what is going on.
You guys, you're supposed to do this.
I mean, why are we up? This is coming in, folks. We are pushing through. We are at number 20. Number 20.
20.
And so this is another, this is a fun one. So what's fun about this, not only, so this cocktail, it's got a little bit of history to it, and but this one I share is also this group, UPD earns. So I've known Tyler for a while, and he, again, example of somebody not local, not here, and he helps us out. Now, one of the fun things we've done is Tyler's not only helped us out, but he's also helped us expand our coat drive. So we have, through him, been able to distribute additional coats in Virginia and also Texas.
Wow.
Yeah. And, it was like, seriously? Coats? Texas? But it gets cold there. And remember, it was just last year that, remember, Texas had that big deep freeze for, almost a month? Houses were, because electric went out, they had a big storm, right? It was like a perfect storm. And not a good perfect. It was like a bad perfect storm because basically storm hit, power went out, temperatures dropped, couldn't get lines back up, and houses were, pipes were freezing and busting and bursting. So short story is it does get cold in Texas. So, this shirt actually speaks to them, because every year what happens is we have to stuff coats into boxes and ship them off to Tyler and his crew so that they can go and distribute some of these coats in their area So again, it's been a fun way to expand the coat drive. So when I typically sit there and say, hey, this is something we do in our tri-state area, that's only part of it. Again, we've really been able to reach out, and again, we've gotten into Virginia and even Texas this year. So I want to thank him for that. The other thing is I always like to see what other people do um, out there as far as in the giving world. And Tyler has they have started something this year, and actually, hold, pause. I have my info. I need to grab my. I have notes. I think I have notes for this. Don't give me it all. Why? Well, I know what it is. So. So, I already have the logo up. You've already put it up. Earns for Families.
It's on top.
Oh, yeah, right there. Earns for Families. So, one of the things that they've done, and I believe this is the first year, Tyler, if I'm wrong, you can let me know, but they actually, a lot of times families that choose cremation choose so because of funds. Cremation many times is a less expensive option. And because they don't have funds, that means a lot of times they don't have money for things like a permanent placement or an urn to place cremated remains in, at least not an urn that maybe they would choose. So Tyler this year started a program, and I believe right now it's in just his area, region of Texas, but they are actually allowing some families the opportunity to basically have an urn donated to them, so that they have that ability to have something more permanent, and rather than the, unfortunately, cremated remains, one of the most common ways to return is just a cardboard box, a plastic bag, and a cardboard box. So again, if they choose, this is something a little nicer and something they're able to keep on a permanent side, and possibly inter or place for memorialization later. So I applaud any programs out there that try to help families. And so thank you, Tyler, for what you do, and for your programs for UPD Earns, which actually he and I talked earlier. We did that in of itself is a pretty amazing. Again, to talk about how far we've come. One of the things that UPD Earns allows. So, unlike a casket where there are a lot of caskets out there, but they're kind of limited. I mean, there's only so many caskets that are out there. They pretty much run a small selection, and I say that there are a lot, but not that many. But urns, on the other hand, oh my goodness, the inventory and the amount of urns that are out there, it's unbelievable. And what UPD Earns, one of the things they do, it allows basically a warehousing, so funeral homes and other providers have access to countless urns in a way that families can do this online through a portal, through the funeral home site, allowing them to, again, you have to understand a lot of funeral homes are smaller, kind of, I don't want to say mom and pop operations, but smaller operations. And they may not have the ability to one, carry that sort of stock, but also, two, the ability to build that into a website. So this, what UPD Earns, what they've done is basically build a lot of plug and play so that providers can just simply almost put this right on their site, and it runs right through their site and allows families access. So anyway, very cool, very awesome, and I love all this. And what I wanted to do was actually a little throwback. So we actually found a cocktail that we put out there last year for the coat drive, and it is called the Yellow Jacket. And I wanted to basically make that cocktail because he said I could do what I wanted, so I am. And so the cocktail that I'm doing is the Yellow Jacket because I wanted to share with you the pride of the coat drive that we have. So the Yellow Jacket, it's an odd little cocktail. And when I say that, basically, you don't have to go that far back. This is 2009. And basically, they wanted to create these gentlemen, Kepner and Zabik. They wanted to basically, they're in New York, and they wanted to kind of come up with their own cocktail. But they struggled on it. It's harder to come up with a new cocktail than you may think. It's a challenge, especially something that will take off. And but then it happened, and literally almost in the form of a joke. 4 guys walk into a bar, and these 4 guys were kind of snobs, I guess, or rude or whatever. But they were kind of challenging these 2 guys to make a cocktail. And there are a few liqueurs that don't get used very often. And one of those is yellow chartreuse. Yellow chartreuse is definitely not used often. It's one of the cocktails it is used in is called The Last Word. And if you're curious, not only is there yellow chartreuse, there is yellow chartreuse, and there is green chartreuse. Now these both go way, way, way back. And anyway, these guys challenged them for a cocktail with yellow chartreuse. And that kind of set them off. And actually, they didn't challenge these yellow chartreuse. What they challenged them to do was make the Last Word cocktail, which a lot of people don't know. They did. But it set them on the path of that's the missing ingredient. See, they had been playing around with a new tequila drink, but nothing ever stuck. It was tequila. So it was when these 4 guys walked in the bar and they challenged them on making the Last Word when they were reminded of yellow chartreuse. That's our missing ingredient. So that's what they went with, and that's what we're going to do. Now, for this one, we need some tequila, which I won't have here. We need Reposado. We will need that. We will need our yellow chartreuse, and we will need Saint Germain. And we will put the green away. We will not need that. We will talk about that one later, maybe, I think, possibly. And so what we're going to do, going to chill that glass. Then we're going to come in and we're going to mix all this up into deliciousness. Oh, perfect. So, isn't that great? Oh, yeah. Fantastic. So we're going to come in with 2 ounces of tequila, specifically Reposado which typically means it's been rusted or aged a little bit. We're going to go there. Then we're going to turn around. We're going to go 1 ounce of Saint Germain. Now we almost were finished with last bottle. We've gone fresh. Again, Saint Germain, we'll talk about it later. This is another fortified alcohol, meaning that it's a wine base, and it does go bad. This, basically, it's an elderberry, delicious. And then the last thing, we're going to go 3/4 ounce of yellow chartreuse. Yellow chartreuse, both chartreuses, very herbal, bright on the nose. And then we're going to come in with our ice. And we're going to stir. Now, why would we not shake this? Well, the rule in bartending, other than a martini, we'll talk about that later, is that you only shake a cocktail when you add fruit or some sort of juice to it. If it's all liqueurs, spirits, alcohol, you stir. And the reason you do that is to keep it from clouding. It keeps it a pure looking drink. So we'll do that. Then we come in. This is served straight up. Beautiful color. And we have 2 last things. We have top it off with a dash of bitters. And you know it, a sprinkle of emergency. And then we are going to garnish this with a beautiful lemon peel. Which we will give it a little on the rim. Let that slide in. Nice. Folks, there it is. That is your Blue Monkey Yellow Jacket, which I guess would make it green, but it didn't, because it was blue, then yellow, green. No, no. Oh, so I think a lot of people, if you would like to, this one I think would scare people. It's gorgeous, first of all. Look at that. I mean, that is a beautiful yellow jacket. I think a lot of people would be scared of it because it's a pure alcohol drink. But what's really amazing is the sweetness of the Saint Germain, the bitterness of the bitters and the chartreuse, and then the tequila. They really pair well, and it's actually a mild drink, which is scary. You'd think this would be super strong, and it's not. So easy to drink, get you into trouble. The only downside of this is it's probably going to be a tough cocktail to find out there. So if you want it, you're going to probably have to tell them how to make it. So remember, 2 ounces tequila, 1 ounce Saint Germain, 3/4 ounce yellow chartreuse, and there is your lovely yellow jacket cocktail, quarantine style. And I think we have a book to sign. Thank you. Thanks for getting coats. Further out than we ever could. Now, make yourself a little cocktail to relax. Cheers. Oh. Thank you, Mr. Tyler and UPD Earns. Fantastic. So here we are. So just in case you're keeping score at home, we have whittled down the crowd. We have gone from a bustling home of many to the original.
Correct.
Shelby and I, we are handling it.
We are. Well, I mean, we are giving. We have others still here. They're just.
We are resting them to help us push through the final push, and we are getting ready to go into the 11th hour, I believe.
Correct.
So.
So do we do it now and have a few minutes break? How do we do this?
I think what we'll do is we're gonna let this run for a little bit. So folks, we're not leaving, but we are down to 2. You will hear us in the background, but we are going to tidy up a little bit. We're going to let this one run for a little bit while we are getting ready for the next one. We could put the.
Which one's the fan cam?
There's our
fan cam.
There's our fan cam. They're working it, so we're trying. There we go.
Awesome.
All right, folks.
Give us a few minutes and
we'll be right back. So hang in there. And phone lines still open and available. Hold on, let me. Yep, they're working. But it's hard to get them to work at 5 in the morning. So, shall we?
Yeah.
All right. Folks, we'll keep talking to you while we're doing this. But here we go. Put that one back. You know what, this one, maybe I'll keep right here. Yeah, that's a nice one there. We'll do that. Boom, boom. That's good. That's fine.
Okay.
Here we go. Got it. I'll set this. I'm going to put it real quick.
Yes.
want that drink?
No, you set out there. We'll save it for somebody.
Okay. Get us started and then we do it real quick.
Yeah. Very good. Oh, let's flip it. Hold on, I'll come in. I can flip.
Let me take.
Oh, here I know where to. All good. Oh, hey, look outside. Folks, if you're just tuning in, it's snowing outside. Yeah. So, all right, folks. Hey, still here. Snow delay. No, just kidding. But it is snowing now. And we'll be back in 1 minute. Hold tight.